Well, welcome back to the Juwel tank. A few updates just to thought I'd go through and see what I'm about to do. So, a few changes going to be made to this tank. The lighting's just going down because it's sort of early evening, but I'm not too bothered at the minute because today I have bought, hang on, we go around, decided to put a new light, and I've gone for the Fluval Sea Marine light. So I'm going to be putting it on the tank in a minute and giving it a try. So there's a few people on YouTube I've seen using this light, and it seems to give a really nice colour, and they seem to get good results. So I've bought a few high-end lights before and not really like them, so I thought I'd give one of these a try. So I've just got it back today, and I'm going to try and put it on the tank. But the only issue I do have, if we go back, this is my old light. This was the TMC V2i Luminaire 900. And overall it's been a really good light, and I've had it probably getting on for 4 or 5 years now, so never had any issues with it. But yeah, just thought I'd give something else a try, because if you just look at a few, don't know, it could be high nutrients in this tank, but you see some reason corals are not opening so much. This one's sulking all the time. I bought another new lever here, put it at the back, but none of these have been opening like they used to. But it could be nutrient issues in the tank. I've been doing water changes probably every 2 or 3 weeks rather than weekly, just because finding it a bit tricky doing water changes, carrying the water upstairs and doing all that. So I'm just trying to reduce it. The other thing I'm going to do with this tank, I've ordered a dual internal filter again, because I did take it out of this tank, and these tanks normally come with the dual internals fitted in this corner, in this right corner. So I've decided to order a new dual internal filter. I know they're big filters, and a lot of people say they're no good, they don't like them, but to me I've never really had an issue with them. The only thing is they takes up space in the tank, and it doesn't always look that nice. But I'm sure if I can get corals to grow over it, or that, or something to disguise it, it shouldn't really be noticed. And like I've said, even though you get these tanks with the dual filters in, a lot of marine tanks have overflow boxes inside them as well, so which is pretty similar. So yeah, that's the option with that. Yeah, so I'm going to fit that. The only problem with the dual filter is these Tunzi filters only come down to the bottom here, so I'm going to have to, with the dual filter, will come virtually down to the bottom here. I'm going to have to drain the tank to silicone it in, so I'm going to have to drain the tank probably 50%, which I don't really want to do, and then put a few blobs of silicone around here, and then put the filter in place. But as far as I know, you can use dual silicone underwater, but that's what I've heard. But I'm going to have to do a bit of research on it. Spun up a bit. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, so I'm going to silicone, but I'm going to have to probably move this rock structure probably forward a bit to give space for the filter to come down here. So sadly fish are going to lose a little bit of swimming space, but I'm hoping I'm going to order some Biohome, I think it's marine gravel, from a guy called, there's a guy called Pond Guru on here, and he does the Biohome gravel. So I'm going to put that in the dual filter and hope eventually it will help bring my nitrate issues down, and maybe filter the tank a bit better. So hopefully maybe in the long run get better results. So yeah, that's the main update on tank. I've added the still using the Max Spect. I think it's a jump gyre. Really happy with it. It gives a lovely flow. Overall, really pleased with it. The other side, this is my old Juwel OW10, which is just about on its last legs, and it's really not giving a lot of flow. And for some reason, I've tried taking it apart and cleaning it, but the actual sort of impeller plastic covering's jammed shut, and nothing I can do can get it open. So I think it's on its last legs. I did, so that's so I'm gonna have to try and get a new power head on it. I have got a Nero 5, but I really don't like the Nero 5. It does give a lovely wide, strong, it's sort of a strong but gentle flow. But I don't know what it is. Once I put a fish guard on it, there's a lot of issues with fish being sucked into them, and I bought a fish guard for it, and once it locks it in place, you can't even angle it or move it at all. And every time I want to adjust it or turn it off for feeding and doing that, you have to connect it to Bluetooth. Just something about the Neo 5 I don't like, so I've decided to go. I did go out and buy. Hang on a second. I bought a G-Cod SOW8 last week, but unfortunately it seems just too powerful, even on the lowest setting. But I'm going to put it in the tank again tonight and try it, but I don't think the corals will close up fish hide, so I think it's just too much flow from it. So yeah, that's the only issue, so I'm going to have to change power head. So yeah, so I'm going to change power head, try and fit this new light. The issue with the light is, which I was getting back to, as you see, I've got a jump guard cover over this tank, and I've had to make a few adaptations for it because they only come up to here because the brackets on this light coming here. So rather than messing about and making it wider and doing I've just done the basic guard which went there. And then once I put the, can't see him now, well, the firefish is in here somewhere. The only real risk of a fish jumping would be the firefish that's in this tank. So I've just done a bit of makeshift just to block any gaps or coverings, which is why here or there. But once I put the fluval bar across the middle of this tank, I'm not going to be able to use this jump guard. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to have to take this off, put the fluval bar across, see how it sits, then maybe cut this jump guard down and make a thin one to go across the front and a thin one to go across the back, and then have the fluval light sitting in the centre. The other option I've got is I've got the two flaps from my Juwel tank, but I've got a feeling they're not going to fit. But that's the only other option I'm going to try. So yeah, so that's a little update on things I'm going to do to the tank. And yeah, I'll let you know once they're done. I shall do another video. So that's it for now. Bye.